Just to give a summary of what the individual pinnacles can be, a number one pinnacle is independence, new starts. It could also show a male, and it could also have to do with a money matter too. So a lot of times the ones indicate finances as well as new starts and our new ventures and independence. And sometimes a one, it can deal with a male, M-A-L-E. Two is a partner or a female. It's emotional and sensitive. And three deals with friends, younger people, siblings, and groups of people, like social situations. Four has to do with organizing things, roots, work, stability, dependability, routine things. It's a very stubborn number. Four, well, I'll go over it in a little while, in a couple of seconds. Number five has to do with change, travel, juggling things, things being up in the air, unresolved or unsettled. Six has to do with family, closeness, responsibility, as well as performing a service comes under the number six as well. Seven has to do with study, philosophy, religion, medical matters, and beauty care, health or beauty care. Eight has to do with money, legal or contractual matters, appointments, and justice. And of course, it's also a financial vibration, as much or more than even the number one. Nine has to do with finishing things, ending things, and it also deals with the public. Now, if we look at planetary influences, one has to do with the sun. It's always influenced by Leo or February or Aquarius, and those born on the 1st, 10th, 19th, or 28th day of any month. Number two is the moon, and that is affected by July or Cancer people, and people born on the 2nd, 11th, 20th, or 29th of any month. Number three is affected by Jupiter, and that would be March or Pisces people, as well as December or Sagittarius, and those born on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, or 30th of any month. Four deals with Uranus, and it's associated with the sun. Uranus is that 1-4 hyphen that I went over in astronumerology, shows the relationship between the sun and Uranus, and it deals with people born on the 4th, 13th, 22nd, or 31st of the month, and it could also be associated with Leo or Aquarius, such as the sun, the relationship between the sun and that. Five has to do with Mercury, and it has a lot of contact with June or Gemini and September or Virgo people, as well as those born on the 5th, 14th, or 23rd of any month. Six has to do with Venus, and Venus is May or Taurus people, as well as October or Libra people, and those born on the 6th, 15th, or 24th of any month. Neptune, which is associated with the moon, don't forget it's 2-7 if you go back to what I said about astronumerology. Neptune has to do with learning, medical matters. It makes somebody very introspective. It makes them a little spacey. And religions and things like that come under the 7, where 8, which was coming up next, which is Saturn, is associated with January or Capricorn people, and February or Aquarius. February Aquarius affects the sun, the number 1, as well as the number 8. And it deals with people born on the 8th, 17th, or 26th of any month. And the last, and that has to do with financial, legal, insurance, matters, meetings or appointments for business reasons, and also somebody being studious in the physical sense, not so much the religion, but as learning a trade or an occupation or studying for a degree or diploma or whatever. The number 9 deals with Mars. It's affected by April or Aries people, and also Scorpio, November of Scorpio, and those born on the 9th, 18th, or 27th of any month. Now, the day somebody is born, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, is a big influence if they can find out the actual day of the week that they were born, one of 7 days, and that planet which it represents. Monday's represented by the moon, Sunday by the sun, Tuesday by Mars, Wednesday by Mercury, Thursday by Jupiter, Friday by Venus, and Saturday by Saturn. Saturn is what caused Saturday to be named, and Monday was named after the moon, and Sunday was named after the sun. So even the days of the week were affected by the planetary significance of it. On this same paper that I wrote here, it goes back to one of the lessons I already put up about the 4 cycles, and this I hand out as a handout in my class on pinnacles and challenges. Right now we're just dealing with the pinnacle, but we're going to go into challenges later. But first I want to tell people how to ascertain the pinnacles. And what we're doing at this point is if you have a number like 14, we're reducing it to 5, or 31, we're reducing it to 4. We're adding the 3 and the 1. And 15 would be a 6. But outside of that, there's what they call compound numbers. And the compound numbers is what's on the bottom of the tarot card. And it was used by Count Lewis Harmon, who was called Cairo. And there's a meaning behind the scenes with what we call double numbers, like a 15-6 or a 14-5 instead of a 23-5 or a 41-5. Each has really its own significance. And the compound numbers are really what indicates things behind the scenes. The single number represents the physical changes.